Welcome back to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Last time, we found some glyphs and deciphered them. And then we went out and saw some sights. And bought some places, some shops. And did a bunch of Borgia towers. That I don't think that you saw mostly, but we did them. And they happened. And to be honest, that's about all we did last time. So now we're gonna get back to the story right away this time, and it's gonna be great. So stick around if you want to stick around. I'd appreciate it. Enjoy.
Did you liberate your money from our friend?
I did.
A small victory.
They add up, and in time with work, we'll have a few dozen more.
And in time, Cesare's gaze will return to us, and we'll be broken again. Now, where is my contact, Vinicio? He should have already intercepted the letter. Follow me.
Who's got mail? Rendezvous with Machiavelli's contact and retrieve the letter he carries. For full synchronization, catch the Borgia carrier in under 1 minute. Arco di Settimio Severo. Standing at the foot of the Campidoglio in the Roman Forum, the Arco di Settimio Severo is a triumphal arch commemorating the Parthian victories of Emperor Septimus Severus. After Septimus died, his sons Caracalla and Geta shared rule as joint emperors. However, in 212, Karsala and Geta assassinated and subsequently destroyed all records of Geta's existence, including Geta's image and inscriptions on the arch. I guess a healthy sibling rivalry wasn't so healthy for Geta. I really like the scenery and stuff in this game. Just, everything. It's very well done, I think. In my opinion, it is. I like it a lot. Arco di Tito. Built by Emperor Domitian in 82 CE to honor his dead brother Titus. The Arco di Tito commemorates Titus's victory in the sack of Jerusalem. This arch became the inspiration for many arches to be erected thereafter, most notably the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, as well as Constantine's arch.
Look at these facades masquerading as government. The Pope is very clever to keep this place in business. It fools your friend, the people, quite easily.
When did you become so cynical?
I merely describe the reality of Roma today. But all may not be lost. The good news is that we have allies in the city. How much longer this will last, however, I cannot say.
Colosseo. Rebecca says we should go look for the coordinates to the glyph. Constructed from 72 to 80 CE, under Emperor Titus, the Colosseo held up to 50,000 spectators and is considered one of the greatest architectural achievements in Roman history. The majority of the shows, be they gladiatorial, dramatic, or otherwise, were privately funded by rich families to demonstrate their opulence, creating spectacles that were universally adored by the people of Rome. Unfortunately, a massive earthquake in 1349 caused large-scale, irreparable damage, and the Colosseo was left to ruin. In the mid-16th century, Pope Sextius V wished to make use of the remaining shell and resolved to convert the structure into a giant wool factory to provide employment for Rome's prostitutes. Sadly, the Pope died before his brilliant idea could become reality. Arco di Constantino. It's widely accepted that Emperor Constantine had an insatiable thirst for gloating. So when he defeated Emperor Maxentius and took the throne in 312, no one was surprised when he built this arch to commemorate his victory. Most of the artwork on the arch was plundered from existing monuments and modified to alter its meaning. Some historians contend that the artisans of the 4th century simply didn't have the talent to create such an ornate piece, and only completed the arch by recycling old masterworks from ruins around the city. A preposterous claim, as the Romans never copied anything. See what I did there? It's sarcasm.
He was attempting to steal official Vatican mail.
Perdonatemi, signore. You must be mistaken.
Who are you working for, ladro?
I am working for no one.
Then no one will care what we do to you. Sven.
Grazie.
Where is it?
The courier still has the letter.
Ezio, stop him! Find me at the Terme.
Encoded Romulus letter 578 456. Well, there's a lot of numbers. I don't know what it says, but I guess we'll find out later. Okay, so we're allowed to leave the Animus in this one. I think we'll find the glyph here, and after a while we'll leave and check in on the gang outside. I like being able to leave when I want, and see if there's any story. I think we could do that in the first one, and then in the second one they were like, "Nah, you're gonna stay in there." So it's nice that we can leave and get a little present day story. So it's been like 10 minutes and I actually haven't found it yet. But I found this, so I'm updating the map. And then we'll continue on. And there it is, without eagle vision. Actually, it looks a lot nicer. It's pretty sweet. Alright, and back to looking. Okay, not much longer. I actually did find it. It's on the outside of the building, by the way, pretty close to the viewpoint. Cluster 4. These intelligent workers have no self-control. Okay, we're gonna go with the machines. Looks like not. Okay, that would be one. That might be one. That would be one. Oh, that might not be one. That would definitely be one. Definitely. Okay. There we go. So we're gonna go with that one. That one for sure. That one for sure. That one. Okay, so if something's wrong, I'm gonna go with this one. No. What would it be? Oh, there we go.
Scanning.
Apples, oranges, pears, cucumbers, radishes, carrots, spinach, dates, wood, juniper, steel, aluminum, water, rain, shanty, village, town, city, country, spring, summer, fall, winter, to walk, to sing, to dance, to play, to eat, to smile, to cry, to laugh, to kill, to see, to know, death, regret, love.
Loading.
Okay, circular puzzle. And we'll just skip to the end. It is possible to invent a single machine which can be used to compute any computable sequence. I am not interested in developing a powerful brain. All I'm after is just a mediocre brain.
Loading.
Alan Turing set out to solve the plight of the workers. M equals parentheses Q gamma beta epsilon delta Q omicron F, where gamma equals 2, 3, and epsilon equals G. So I stupidly just messed around with this for a while, not thinking about it, but if we look where 2 and 3, so we find 2 and 3, go over to G, we find our pawn, which we can move from 2 up to 3, and that's how this is solved. And of course it's talking about the workers, so, you know, I shouldn't have missed that so easily.
Loading.
Abstergo Foreign Records, June 1954.
Get up slowly.
Everything all right?
I don't like being stuck underground with them out there looking for us.
You're doing a great job. We're safe here.
But for how long? Vidic won't give up. I know it.
Neither will we.
We'll talk later. Now get in there and find the apple. We're counting on you.
Why do we have to stay down here all day?
Abstergo's still looking for us. It'd be better if we never went out at all, but then we'd run out of supplies.
It's like being in a cave during a rainstorm.
Yeah, well, knowing the Templars, monsoon season's about to arrive.
You ever use the Animus?
Your ancestors had such interesting lives. I went in once. It was pretty lame.
Yeah, what were you? Some kind of spinster, probably.
Worse, a Prussian mercenary. I spent hours firing guns. Boring!
Yeah, guns are for sissies.
focusing on this.
You still managing the teams out in the field?
No phone line. Rebecca's working on patching us into the network.
So how's it feel letting the lady do all the work?
She's no lady.
Hey!
You think we're safe here?
I'm more concerned with the other assassins out there. If Abstergo stumbles onto information about the temples, we could have a disaster on our hands.
The only people alive who've heard of the temples are here in this room.
For now, and who knows, maybe they're listening to this conversation and you just gave everything away.
You brought them up first.
You are paranoid, Desmond.
Ah. Well played.
My work requires attention, Desmond.
It appears we can access our computer now. Weekly schedule from Lucy, 9/17/12 at 12 a.m. Looks like it's the Animus, then the Animus, then the Animus. I mean, it just says Animus session for everybody. There's some daily chores. Rebecca to relieve Sean, so they have to take watch. And there's really not too much of interest, but it gives us a weekly schedule and tells us what they're doing while we're inside. And that's about it for that. Wonder if we can access anybody else. Oh, we can't get in. How about Sean? Nope. And how about Lucy? Nobody. Let's see if we can leave this place.
Make sure you're back before dawn. There's an earpiece and a watch.
Wow, they're letting us out?
Yes, take them with you.
Well, that's cool. At least we can leave a little bit. And we have 10 minutes out here to wander about. Can use in our eagle vision. They wouldn't let us out here unless there's something out here besides those things that we messed with for the electricity. So there's got to be some sort of secret, I'm sure. I mean, this place would have been just wrecked. They'd have had to put everything back together. Let's see. Make this kind of quick. Oh, we can't leave. Nice. It is kind of cool being able to wander about in Monteregioni. Well, I'm not seeing anything, so I think we'll jump on back.
We don't have time for chit-chat.
We have work to do.
Gotta stay with the code.
And we come back right into the Animus. So, let's start off with a data entry. The Basilica di Mastenzio. This basilica's construction began under Emperor Maxentius in 308, who was later defeated by Constantine in the Battle of Milvian Bridge. Constantine oversaw the building's completion through 312 and relished the satisfaction of completing Maxentius's project. The basilica was a multifunctional building used as a courthouse, council chamber, and meeting hall. It borrowed pieces of its design from other basilicas and Roman baths, but taken as a whole, it is truly unique. Alright. I think we'll wander a bit, getting to some spots, getting some viewpoints done before we start on our main quest. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. I'm gonna try not to skip too much, but chances are I'm gonna. The Basilica Giulia, initially dedicated by Julius Caesar in 46 BCE, the basilica's construction was funded by the spoils of the Gothic War. Completed some years later by Augustus, he named the building after his father. It was used mostly as a court of civil law, as well as for sessions of the centumviri who presided over matters of inheritance. The Colle Palantino. Of the 7 hills in Rome, the Colle Palantino is the centermost in reference to the city, one of the oldest sectors of Rome. It looks down upon both the Roman Forum and Circo Massimo. According to some of my favorite Roman mythology, the hill was the location of the cave known as Lupercal, where Romulus and Remus were found and kept alive by the she-wolf, which, not so coincidentally, is the name we gave my ex in the Hastings household. Don't ask. Alright, so we find ourselves at another Borgia Tower. We might as well take it down and free up the area. That way we can buy stuff, shops and whatnot. And, yeah, that should help us out in the future. Lots and lots of guards around here. I like this game. It's a little more free roam. But it is a little weird because they don't tell you exactly, okay, this is the district you can explore. It's kind of a general area, which is fine.
I cannot see.
They got me.
You
But
are a dead man.
like they told us that we could see this whole district. But then we can't discover the whole district. But then we go over to this place, which is different. I mean, it's fine. It's just a little bit weird to kind of tell us the area that we can do that. I'm going to skip this, and we'll get to getting this captain out of there and clearing up the Borgia Tower. Alright, so we got through the guards, and now we're just going to kind of get these two guys. There's the captain, and he's running away. Let's see if we can catch him. There he is. Move it. Come on. Okay, we're probably not going to catch him. So I think we'll have to hope that he falls off of the cliff or something, but I think we're going to have to... He's going to run away. Maybe we can catch him before he leaves. He has escaped. How did he escape? He was still right here. Okay, well, it said that we could... Captain is regrouping with his troops who will return. Okay, well, he had plenty of troops, so I don't know why he ran away, but he did, so we'll come back. Another time. Alright, the Circo Massimo, located in the valley between Aventino and Colle Palatino. This ancient Roman chariot racing stadium was not only the first of its kind, but also the largest. At its peak, the Circo could hold 250,000 people, which was roughly 1/4 of the city's population. In 140 CE, one of the upper tiers of the circus collapsed and killed 1,112 spectators. This tragedy has stood the test of time and remains the worst sports-related disaster in history. Not England versus Hungary in 1953, as some people would like to believe. I'm looking at you, Dad.
I suppose.
Wandering a bit further, we get the database entry Celio, named after Salius Vabina. It's unclear whether he received the honor of settling the hill, or if his friend Servius Tullius merely wanted to commemorate him. Postumulicia, either way, as one of the 7 hills of Rome, Celio was a fashionable residential district for the wealthy during the Republican era of Rome. Okay, like I said before, there's just so much to discover. And here we have another with a glyph. So, this is the Aqueducto Claudia. One of the ancient aqueducts that supplied the city. At its peak, the Aqueducto Claudia was able to provide all 14 districts with water. The highly relied upon source inexplicably ran dry for 9 years, right around the time Nero was building his modest golden palace. His little pet project required vast amount of water, but luckily the main build site was at the foot of Claudia's castellum, or storage reservoir. When the palace was completed, the water conveniently came back. To this day, historians are baffled as to what caused the drought. My bet. Dramatic tension. Alright, so we can just kind of begin looking for this glyph. Hopefully it's nearby, but I don't have super high hopes. I don't see it. There's also a chance that it could be too far away. Who is this guy? Architects in the database. In contrast to the hard geometric brutalism of Florentine architecture, Roman Renaissance architecture represented a true return to classical proportion, with buildings that sported classical columns, structural elements, and decorative forms, but also integrated new ideas from Florence, like the Grand Palazzo blocks. Although many of the architects in Rome came from up north, they were inspired by the old ruins, creating an interplay with the ancient Roman structures throughout the city. Roman architects saw themselves as fulfilling all of human history, creating the essential expression of human will through the perfect cityscape. Out of this tradition of formalized expression came the great Renaissance architects Bramante and Michelangelo. Alright, well, I'm not going to talk to him because I have a large feeling in my belly that he's going to ask us to renovate this aqueduct, and we don't have the funds for that. Oh, looks like we spotted a flag or maybe a feather. Eagle vision is good. It's got a pretty decent distance of view. But I don't think it's as far as we want it to be, or as clear. I think maybe we get a little stunted there, but that's fine. Let's see what we can skip here. Hopefully we can find that thing soon. Okay, well, I didn't find it, but we ended up just heading to our next mission, which is okay too, because I'd like to move on with the story. Crepi il Lupo. Deliver the letter to Machiavelli near the Termi di Traiano. Wolves. There's wolves on this game. Or maybe people that are howling? Yep, definitely people that are howling. Let's see what we just missed. Okay, the followers of Romulus. There isn't much about the followers of Romulus in the history books, but from what I've found, they were a pagan cult operating in several abandoned locations underneath Rome. The cult worshipped the mythological founder of the city of Rome, Romulus, who was supposedly raised by wolves. The followers believed that Romulus was part wolf and part man, which explains their retro wardrobe and bad table manners. We can make quick work of these wolf gentlemen, loot the bodies.
Where did these murderers come from?
And ask ourselves where those murderers came from. We achieve 100% synchronization, which, believe me, is not gonna happen over and over again. Eventually, I will not get that. I'm sure of it. You know, I'm not too worried about 100%ing any of these games. Just kind of want the story. Esquilino, the southernmost of the 7 hills of Rome. Esquilino was another fashionable residential district in a demonstration of humility and graciousness. Nero confiscated property here to build his opulent golden house, which was, to put it mildly, excessive. Tereme di Traiano. Okay. As with many of Trajan's projects, it's believed this massive leisure and bathhouse was designed by Apollodorus. The structure was built atop a section of Nero's ruined Golden Palace and was poetically intended for use by the commoners. In 537, the siege of the Goths destroyed most of the Roman aqueducts, and the Terem di Traiano were subsequently abandoned due to the loss of their water supply. Another public works project gone terribly wrong, but I'm sure throwing a few Christians to the lions in the Colosseo made up for it.
They must have come from in here.
Alright. Well, that was easy. Let's get on in there. And now that we're inside of the temple, we're gonna end the episode. And we will see everybody next time, because I don't want these to go super long. But I don't know, maybe just to get through things, we'll make them a little bit longer. Who knows? We'll see you next time right here in the